Welcome into Morning Blend. I'm Bria Love. Walt is off today. We're getting straight to the wildfire threats. Zach Fuentes on the ground at the Caldor Fire right now. Brittany Begley keeping an eye on road closures due to it. But first, let's go to meteorologist Rob Karlmark because a red flag warning has just gone into effect. Rob?
You know, this is just another thing we have to focus on. It doesn't last very long. It's in a very narrow area of the northern end of the Sacramento Valley, but it does add just to the overall risk of fire in California. So let's go ahead and get right to issue number one. Folks, the heat is moving in today, triple digits, close to records. That's a really big story because it affects everybody, and it's going to be that way all the way through the weekend. We're seeing smoke and haze spread out in many more locations, and we're going to watch those southwest winds. That's a dangerous direction, push hard late in the weekend, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, that fire is going to get much closer to Tahoe. So that's a big story that's underway. Right now, south end of the Tahoe Basin, horrible smoke. Pollock pines everywhere close to the fire, and down low, if you're downwind of the fire in the lower foothills from Sutter Creek all the way through Murphy's, Pine Grove, we've got so many spots that are just dealing with terrible air quality this morning from those east winds. Now in the valley, it's calm at the moment, but what's going to happen is you're going to see north winds kick in, and that means smoke and haze spreads out to many, many more locations. Changes in the fire direction today and tomorrow, we'll watch it through the weekend, and big update coming up a little bit later on. Brittany?
The traffic center, all eyes again on US 50. Let me show you this video from Van driving down US 50. This is why a portion is shut down. No estimated timetable, of course, when all lanes will reopen. And you can tell that just by listening to meteorologist Rob Karlmark's forecast. Big deal. Isn't that scary on US 50? So let's talk about it together with the traffic graphics. Again, you're going to see those slower drive times. US 50 is shut down from Sly Park all the way to Myers. You'll want to take 80. On the other side of the map, Trace to Livermore, 205 to 580. We're looking at 28 minutes. We'll take a look at all things Elk Grove coming up next.
Brittany, thank you. Let's move on now to the Caldor Fire. It's forcing people in South Lake Tahoe to be on high alert.
I figured there's 20,000 or more people in Tahoe, and I didn't want to deal with the traffic and leaving and sitting in 10 hours of one lane trying to get out.
High fire activity is threatening evacuations. Parts of Alpine County around Kirkwood are now being asked to get ready to leave. Parts of South Lake Tahoe also prepping to get out of harm's way if needed. Air quality and traffic congestion concerns have prompted some to leave anyways. This brings us now to ABC 10's Zach Fuentes. He's along the fire lines near Kybers this morning. Zach?
It was a surreal drive heading up here on Highway 50 East, showing you just why it is closed. You see these flames right here. Just in front of those flames is a river, kind of acting as a natural fire break, but you still see how treacherous and dangerous these conditions are. If it wasn't the fire that was along the road, the smoke throughout this drive and this commute has been extremely thick, giving us almost zero visibility. Of course, firefighters have been working around the clock, going through these conditions on the road to fight the fires, and many communities along 50 have been evacuated from Pollock Pines on up. Heading into the weekend, of course, South Lake Tahoe is at risk, with many residents there concerned. Now, so far, no evacuation warnings have been called for the city, but emergency officials say you do not have to wait for that formal warning to evacuate. As one official put it, it is better to evacuate early than late. And coming up in the next half hour, we're going to hear from some South Lake Tahoe residents who decided to take off early. Now, we're going to stay out here monitoring everything that's going on, bringing you the latest as soon as we get it.
Zach, thank you so much. Take a look at this video from nighttime water drops on the Caldor Fire earlier in the week. Helicopters contracted to Southern California fire organizations were brought up here to help fight flames, mainly in the Sly Park area. Air attacks are critical in the firefight, and bases across the state are very busy. ABC 10's John Bartel was at the latest fire to break out. That's the Washington Fire in Tuolumne County, witnessing the fight firsthand.
All right, so what's really slowed this fire down is this behind me here. You can see this is a result of just a massive aerial attack. All of this is that fire retardant. It's all on the ground here surrounding this fire, which has contained it here. Not only that, but right behind me here, crews like this that are running these cats in the ground crews, creating that fire line has managed to contain it. Now, we're right off Highway 49, right near the fairgrounds up here in this area. And you can still see some of the smoke up in the hills here that's still lingering. And fire crews right now, what they're doing It's trying to keep that fire contained, keep it away from structures. But because of this massive aerial attack and a lot of these ground crews in this area, these fire crews have done a great job of keeping it away from many of the structures, whether it be over in Jamestown or Sonora. And we're out here in between Sonora and Jamestown. I'm John Bartell.
John, thank you. Take a look here. We've told you about the Caldor and the Washington fires, but we're also keeping an eye on 3 others in the area. That's the Dixie, Bennett, and Arola fires, all burning right now. We have a full breakdown of everything you need to know about them right now on abc10.com.